Hello, this is Kelly Goen. This is my tour guide presentation of Lauterbrunnen, Switzerland. To start this presentation, I thought that we should check out a map and understand the location in which I will be discussing for this presentation. In the lower left-hand corner of this map, you'll see a smaller map of Switzerland with the red arrow pointing to the Interlaken area. So as you can see, this is slightly southwest of the middle of the country. And in the main map, you can see the different parts of the region. It gives you a southward-facing perspective. Now, Lauterbrunnen is located here at the base of the Alps before the mountains really start growing. You can see the different villages highlighted in red and the other peaks and sites throughout the map. Now, if you take a look at the 6 villages, Eisenfluh, Lauterbrunnen, Wengen, Steckelberg, Gimmelwald, and Muren, these 6 villages all come together to operate as one political community. They're known collectively as the Lauterbrunnen Valley. However, they still all value their independence and are still separate villages. Now, south of the Lauterbrunnen Valley, you'll see the 3 peaks of Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau. This is part of the Alps called the Bernese Alps. The Lauterbrunnen Valley is truly the gateway to the Swiss Alps. I'd also like you to look at the Schilthorn mountain over here, Grindelwald, and Kleine Scheidegg. Those are all 3 locations that I will be mentioning later on in this presentation. Lauterbrunnen means many fountains. The Lauterbrunnen Valley is home to 72 different waterfalls. The most famous of them is the Staubach Falls. In the picture here, you can see the Lauterbrunnen village with the Staubach Falls there in the background. It is definitely a very prominent feature in this village. It's the 2nd highest waterfall in Switzerland at nearly 300 meters high. The name Staubach in German, Staub means dust, and Bach means brook or stream. So the name comes from how in the summertime the wind blows the water spray in all different directions. This falls is known to be the inspiration for the famous German author Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's Song of the Spirits Over the Water. He is said to have looked upon these falls during his composition of this poem. Song of the Spirits Over the Water. The spirit of man resembles water, coming from heaven, rising to heaven, and hither and thither, to earth must then ever descend. It leaps from the heights of the sheer cliff in a pure stream, then rises sweetly in clouds of spray. Against smooth stone and lightly received, flows like a veil streaming softly to depths beneath. When the sheer rocks hinder its fall, it foams angrily, flowing stepwise into the void. Along its flat bed it wanders the vale, and in the calm lake all the bright stars gaze at their faces. Wind is the water's sweet lover. Wind stirs up foaming waves from the deep. Spirit of man, how like water you are. Man's fate, oh, how like the wind. Lauterbrunnen is part of the Jungfrau region. The peaks of Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau provide a backdrop for the village. A few notable things here to mention are Eiger is the westernmost peak, shown here on the left in this lower photo. It is 3,970 meters high and the 27th highest peak in Switzerland. You can see the immense flat north side. This has been named either Eigerwand or Nordwand, literally north wall. It is the biggest north face on the Alps. It is also one of the most dangerous climbing places. It has claimed the life of at least 64 climbers, earning it the nickname Mordwand, which translates to murder wall. The middle peak here is Monch, which translates to monk. The peak is 4,107 meters, the 17th highest in Switzerland. And to its right is Jungfrau over here. The tallest of the 3 at 4,158 meters, the 16th highest in Switzerland. It's also the 3rd highest peak in the Bernese Alps. The name Jungfrau means maiden or virgin. And above this you'll see a picture of a train. The highest lying railway station can be found here. It is located at 3,454 meters above sea level. The train ride here is 9 kilometers long, with 7 of that going through tunnels in the ice and rock. At one point, these tunnels actually pass directly beneath the summit of Monch at 3,300 meters. You can board a train in Lauterbrunnen, take it to Wengen and the Kleinen Scheidegg station, which you will take all the way to the Jungfrau station. Culture and tradition are very important in this area. You can visit the Museum of the Lauterbrunnen Valley in a building known as the Mill. The former use of this building was a marketplace for grain and salt. Now it has been converted to a museum to showcase living and working in former times, lace making, geology and mineralogy, alpine mountaineering, and tourism. Lace making in this area is a tradition that has been practiced since 1670. There are workshops that you can attend to see local women practicing their art in the old schoolhouse in Lauterbrunnen for free. August 1st is the Swiss National Day. Many cities throughout Switzerland celebrate with festivities. Wengen in the Lauterbrunnen Valley celebrates with Swiss folk music performances, local food, and fireworks in the evening. The Cultural Landscape Award is given out each year for a landscape in the region that is thought to be especially beautiful or culturally significant. This region thrives from tourism due in large part to the ringing cowbells and the rolling green fields and picturesque Alps in the background. This award provides an incentive for farmers to continue practicing sustainable management and thus helps to preserve the beautiful cultural landscape. I provided a link that will take you to see the winners from 2014. Also, from this site, you can learn all about the award and view the winners as far back as 2005. This is especially important because if they do not want to manage the land properly, it has the potential to return to natural forest, and this would have a huge impact on the area's tourism. Another bit of interesting information that I found, the James Bond 007 movie from 1969, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, was filmed in part in the Lauterbrunnen Valley and the surrounding areas. Part of the movie was filmed at the top of Schildhorn Mountain in Mürren, which is slightly southeast of the valley. It was one of the places that I pointed out in the initial map. There's a revolving restaurant located here called the Piz Gloria. You can take in the sights while dining there, or you can even attend a meal for the James Bond experience, where they show you clips from the movie that was filmed nearby. In the movie, the Piz Gloria was not a restaurant. It was instead an allergy center that had maximum security so that only those given special permission were allowed to have access. I came across a location documentary from the film that I thought was pretty interesting. I placed the link on the slide here, right here. Starting at about 3 minutes and 5 seconds, you can see Lauterbrunnen, Piz Gloria, Grindelwald as they appear in the film. And what they do, at the time of the documentary in 2011, they went back and recreated these scenes from the film so that you can see side by side how it was in the movie and how it is in present time. It's pretty interesting if you want to check out that link. In this last photo, I'd like to share with you Lauterbrunnen from a different perspective. This is looking down into the village from above, and you can really see the dramatic valley it lies in and the sheer cliffs on either side. I think it's a rather spectacular image. Thank you so much for your time and your interest. I hope that you enjoyed this presentation on Lauterbrunnen and that you're able to take a little something away that either about the village of Lauterbrunnen or the Lauterbrunnen Valley or the surrounding areas. Thank you.